In an interview with the Wall Street Journal on February 13th, U.S. Vice President JD Vance warned about the measures the U.S. could take to push Russian President Vladimir Putin to join peace talks amid the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict. Mr. Vance emphasized that the U.S. could use both economic and military measures to put pressure on Putin if he does not agree to participate in negotiations with Ukraine. We have economic tools to influence and, of course, we also have military tools, the U.S. Vice President said, aiming to show that Washington is ready to use all means to reach a peace agreement. Vice President Vance also affirmed that the U.S. always focuses on protecting the independence and sovereignty of Ukraine. This statement reflects the U.S. administration's stance on protecting Ukraine's territorial integrity against Russian aggression. Earlier, on February 12th, U.S. President Donald Trump held separate phone calls with Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to discuss the current conflict. The conversation took place shortly after U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said in Brussels, Belgium, that a return to the status quo before Russia annexed the Crimean Peninsula was unrealistic, and that the U.S. did not see Ukraine joining NATO as part of a solution to the conflict. This statement made Ukrainians feel worried about the U.S. commitment to their country's independence. However, President Trump reassured that Ukraine would still be present in any peace negotiations with Russia to end the war. On this issue, Mr. Vance said in an interview on February 13th that he believed a peace agreement would be reached in the near future and that this would surprise many people. "I think there will be a deal that will come out of this that will shock a lot of people," said Vice President Vance, adding that President Trump will not go into the negotiations blindly, but will always maintain the view that everything is possible. "The president will not go into this blindly. He will say everything is open. Let's make a deal," added Mr. Vance. In addition, Mr. Vance also shared that President Trump's decision on the conflict will depend on the progress of the negotiations. This shows that the U.S. administration is continuing to closely monitor the situation and will adjust decisions based on the reality. The U.S. government is currently looking for a lasting, peaceful solution to the Russia-Ukraine conflict, while protecting Ukraine's independence in the context of Russia's continued military actions in the region. Meanwhile, at the Munich Security Conference on February 14th, the Ukrainian government said it was still too early to start direct negotiations with Moscow, expressing caution in making decisions regarding the country's future in this conflict.